Okay, I think I'm live. Let's hope so. This is my second time trying to do this, and I'm also getting over being sick, so bear with me. But we got some moves going on. This is Cosmic Crypto coming to you live with some chart analysis. I'm supposed to be able to see the comments section or something like that. See if anybody's even in my stream, but I don't know where that went. I'm going to have to figure this all out later. I'm already live, so let's get moving. So, Ravencoin, we had a move. So, last night in my video, we were up like 23% or something like that, and now we're sitting at, just jumped up to 57%, 58%. It is moving. Awesome. My bump and run pattern is playing out. We had the bump, the retest, and now we're moving on up. This is the weekly chart we're starting on. I got a couple coins I wanted to look at in this live stream, so we'll just start with Ravencoin. One thing that I was looking at here is this is on the weekly. Oh, let me double check. I believe it's the 50 EMA. Yep, it's the 50 EMA. So we have broken above the 50 EMA on the weekly. We did the 20 down here, hit that, and now we're breaking above the 50. I mean, if this thing keeps on going, we're looking to hit the top here of our trend line. So we've got the top of our triangle pattern right here that has started way back February 15th of 2021. And honestly, it looks like it's going there. At least, I mean, we got 2 days, 3 hours left. It looks like it's going to get to the top here within that 2 days. If not, it's because it's going to be held down by this 50 EMA right here. Now, I am curious. I'm going to change this EMA to the 100 EMA. Yeah, okay. So even the 100 EMA, we've broken above. Let's keep it there. So we got the 100 and the 20. And we've broken above that. Now, if it held above the 100, came back down to retest the 100, and then kept going, because next week is the Ethereum merge, which is where my green horizontal line is here. That'd be fine too. And then maybe after the merge, we break out of this. We're getting into some scary territory, though, just not going to lie. Not only has this been resistance since February 15th of 2021, which was a long time ago, we could hit this and just get rejected. And that could be it for the run. That would put us at around 8 cents, just over 8 cents. That could be it. We're finally starting to see the volume come up. The volume is still super weak. I mean, look at this. Here's our volume candle. Our last run, which brought us to 28 cents, that was our first volume candle. Unless you're going to consider this red candle right here our first one, and maybe that's what this is doing. But it's kind of scary. The stochastic is looking pretty good still on the weekly. But yeah, man, we're at 64% now. My goodness. Okay, so the other thing, let's look at some Fibonacci's here. Okay, so we are above the 786 from the previous high. That's good. And actually, the 786 coincides almost perfectly with the 100 EMA. So if we continue to go up and we hit the 1, we hit the resistance, got a rejection, came back down to the 786, and then kept moving, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. I wouldn't be surprised if it did this again, too, where it just, just went 1,500% in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. So, but we are at a scary point. The week's not over. This could very easily go back under the 786 and have a big wick on the top here. So just be aware of that. If you're a long-term holder, that's not a big deal to you. You're pretty happy right now that we're where we're at. If you're a short-term trader or you got some kind of trade open, just be aware that this could easily get rejected from where it's at right now and come back down under the 786 and the 100 EMA. The bullish news would be if we stayed above it. Let's go down to the daily. Let's get rid of that Fibonacci. We're above the 200, which is good. Now, I also wouldn't be surprised if we came back down and retested the 200. We still have some days to go, so that's fine. Stochastic's looking great on the daily though, so that's still good. We do see that our braid filter, which I was talking about in the video last night, is looking really good. Got a massive histogram, candle wick, whatever we're calling it, on the daily. That's really good. Okay, let's go down to the 4 hour, and let's put the Fibonacci from here to here. Okay, we're in no man land here. 1618 is right up at resistance, so that's okay. So yeah, there's the 1414. We're almost there. Oh, go figure. Should have put that on first. So the 1272, that's our, so from this high over here to the low, we are getting rejected at the 1272, which isn't a surprise to me. Like I've always said, that always happens. So if we can get, this always has some kind of action going around the 1272. But yeah, look at this. I mean, the 1618, which is a spot for short-term traders to usually take some profit, is right up where the resistance line is. So could I see a wick come up, hit this resistance line, and then get stuck underneath the 1618? Totally could see that happening. So we'll see if that does happen. But right now we're getting rejected off the 1272. On the 4 hour, 4 hour stochastic's looking fantastic too. We had the hidden bullish divergence. We got plenty of room to run. Our braid filter is still going up, so that's good. So then let's see where we're at on the 1 hour, because I want to know what the braid filter is doing on the 1 hour. And we're still going up. See, that's great. So we started to go down, and then the stochastic just went sideways, which I said, I think in my video last night, the stochastic can just go sideways up here for quite a while. And then the candles just went sideways because they were getting rejected off of the 786. And so they were just going sideways. And so then the braid filter went down, and then it started to go back up again. And once you saw the braid filter going back up, and you closed a candle, which would have been this candle right here, you closed a candle above the resistance line, that would have been a signal to open up a trade right here to go long on that move, which if you did that and you were paying attention to it, you, right now at current prices, would be up 30%. At the top, you would have been up almost 40%. So that would have been a pretty good move. Anyway, that's Ravencoin, what I got. Let's move on to Ethereum Classic. I know I've been getting some things on Ethereum Classic. It's not doing as much as I thought it would, actually. You got Ravencoin going up 60%, and Ethereum Classic's just kind of sitting still here around 5%. Not doing what I thought it would do. So maybe Ravencoin is making its move now, and Ethereum Classic is coming next. And right now I can see that we're kind of moving up. And the good news is I'm on the 4 hour, and the braid filter looks like it's getting a higher histogram line on the braid filter, which is really good. Stochastic's still looking good. The volume is super weak still, but we still have 2.5 hours to go on this candle. Let's go down to the 1 hour on the ETC. Yep, see, look at this. It looks like we could possibly be getting a crossover right around the 50 line on the stochastic, which is fantastic. We're starting to get a green braid filter again. This looks like it's going to go up and try and test around $40 again on the 1 hour. So we get that cross here. Volume is starting to, it's still really low, but it's better than last candle volume was. We're above the 20 and above the 100. And I think last night also in my video I said that we would probably, hang out around here because this red line here is our massive resistance line. If we go to the weekly, that red line is the resistance line that we've had all the way since back in May of 2021. And so it's going to take a while to get above that. It's not easy, but we're doing pretty good. So if you look at the braid on the weekly, we do have a larger histogram on the braid. This, again, could just hang out. I think I said it could come down a little bit and just kind of wave around up here for the stochastic, which is fine. So yeah, that's looking, it's actually up 6% now. So we're actually getting a move right now as I'm recording on the ETC. And that candle's looking pretty good. I'm on the 6 hour right now. The braid's getting a little bit larger on the 6 hour, on the 4 hour. Yep. So yeah, ETC is looking really good. Somebody asked me on Twitter. Oh yeah, by the way, I started a Twitter account. I'm not a Twitter guy. I wasn't even a YouTube guy until my friends told me to start a YouTube channel with my charting. So bear with me for all my stupidity on Twitter and on this YouTube channel. I don't even know if anybody's watching this live stream right now because I don't There's supposed to be some kind of thing telling me if you're here. Again, if you're here, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching my videos, all that stuff. I'm probably talking to thin air right now, but that's fine. You guys can watch it because I'll keep this up on my YouTube channel. You can watch it later. What are we on? 4-hour ETC. Looking good. Yeah, I mean, we came down on the 4-hour. We held support on the 200 EMA, which previously was resistance. 1, 2, broke above it, came back down, held it, and now we're moving again. If you would have got in a trade right around here, so let's go to the 1-hour. Once you saw that this candle closed above the 200 and we started to get some green on the braid filter and we had this crossover down here on the stochastic, this was a good spot to get in on a trade. And right now, if you were to get in on that trade, current price, you'd be up 10%. Highest price, you would have been up 12%. And the risk to reward, just to put your stop loss underneath the 200 EMA here, is just fantastic. That's only just, 3.5% risk to reward on that to the 12 that we're at right now or whatever. So that's pretty good. Looks like on the 1-hour, yeah, we want to curl over. Anyway, that's ETC. That's what we're looking at right now. Somebody asked me to chart EOS. Okay, so I'm going to go over to EOS. I'm on the weekly. And honestly, I don't like this chart. So there was a lot of hype going around about EOS taking a lot of the miners. I believe it was. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that EOS was taking a lot of the miners from the ETH merge. Hold on a second. I need to take a sip of tea because my throat's kind of hurting. Oh, it's good stuff. Tea. Very good. I'm on the weekly on EOS. I got these lines here. I'll show you what those look like on the daily. We're stuck underneath the 20 EMA. You can see we got rejected on the weekly on the 20, well above the 200. We're trying to push. We are above the 20 right now. We're trying to push above. We do have green on the braid filter, and we still have plenty of room to run on the stochastic. We had the cross down here, which would have been a great move for somebody if they got in and found the bottom down here. I mean, you could have been up 100%. It's fantastic. But something concerns me on this chart. So let me go down to the daily. This broadening wedge here, the rising broadening wedge that we're a part of, I've been moving these around, trying to find the best location for these lines here. I love this pattern because of one specific thing. It's easy to tell me where this price is about to go. And right now, currently, it looks like EOS is about to go to roughly $1 again. The reason why is because you hit the top resistance, hit the bottom, hit the top a couple times, hit the bottom, hit the top, and then you usually get a massive rejection, and then you can't make it all the way back up to the top again. Now, if we were to get above this 200 EMA and hang out there for a couple of days, that might change my mind. But if we cannot get above this 200 EMA, let's look at the Fibonacci's here. That's just looking like a lower high. And we're getting rejected perfectly off the 618. Which, this is why I love this pattern, is because we'll come up to the 618 usually, which is halfway up this pattern to get to the top, maybe even a little bit less than halfway. And then we're going to fall down. And that's usually what happens. Now, if this is going to break to the upside, this candle right here would have closed above, and we'd be dancing up on top here. But you can always tell on these rising patterns, if it does not reach the line again within days, then that usually tells you that momentum is running out, and there could be a fall coming. Now, I could be wrong, but this thing has got to close above this 200 EMA by the end of this week or maybe starting of next week. Otherwise, I do not believe that EOS is looking for a move up higher. I do believe that EOS is going to come back down and retest. It looks like this is our previous resistance here, right around $1. To me, it looks like it's going to come back down. If it does this, where it comes out of this again, see, we had a little, and the other thing is we had this fake out right here. So it came out of the resist or the support line already, and then it just got bought back up really quick, which you might think is bullish, but it's not. It means that we lost buyers in this area for a moment, and then finally, like, a light bulb clicked, and they're like, oh shoot, we just lost our support line, we need to buy up again. And then you know, whoever is left over buys up, gets this big old candle here, but then they're just losing momentum. So if you see this come down out of this support line again, come back up and retest, yeah, you might want to, if you're in a trade or something, I'd get out of that, because this thing's going to go right back down there. So that's what I'm looking at on EOS for whoever it was that was asking me to chart some EOS. I don't like the chart, but it could prove me wrong if it breaks above the 200 EMA. Another thing I want to look at is the DXY, which, oh, go figure, it's doing the exact same thing that EOS is doing. So the DXY, I've been following this for a while. I don't know if you guys know, when the DXY is pumping, Bitcoin is falling. When the DXY is falling, Bitcoin is pumping. Well, DXY has been falling. Look at this top wick here on the weekly. It's been falling. It went all the way up to 110.70, and now it's all the way down to 109.20, whatever it's at, 108.97. This looks to me like we're about to get a drop out of this. I could totally see this coming down, which is when the 20 would come up here. We'd hit that, retest, and then we'd fall. We'd probably hit the 100 EMA, I think that is still. And I think we're coming down to the 200 on the DXY. That brings us down to right around $98 to $100, which would, you know, line up with what Bitcoin's doing right now. Bitcoin's up 10% right now on the day. Since 5 p.m. last night, Bitcoin's up 10%. I could totally see this thing falling, Bitcoin having a good run, not a run to make all new all-time highs. Remember, we're still in a bear market, so this is just a retracement. I gotta remind you guys that we're still in a bear market. It's just a retracement. So this could be the move that the DXY comes down, hits the 200 to test it again. Bitcoin makes a nice, good retracement. Altcoins like Ravencoin, ETC. Another one I'm looking at is Link, eGold. Some of these guys, they're going to make their moves. And when the DXY comes down and hits this 200, if you want to take some profit, that might be the perfect time, because I think the DXY will bounce off that 200. And I don't know if it's going to make a new all-time high. I originally thought that the DXY was going to come up to around $120, is what I originally thought, which would retest this previous resistance over here that was set back in 01. My goodness. Long time ago. I did think it was going to go there, but actually, let's go to the monthly on the DXY. What does the Fibonacci look like for where we're at right now? And actually, I want to delete these green lines because they're confusing me. I think they're candles. Okay, so let's go to the Fibonacci from back in 2001. Okay, or maybe that's 2002. I couldn't tell. Anyway, okay, so we're above it actually, and right at the 786. So above the 786 is where we are. Okay, yeah. So the 200 would bring us back down to maybe wick down below the 618 and then move up. But yeah, so we are above the 786 on the retracement. Yeah, that still is telling me that there could be a move upwards after this drop, but we'll see. What's the braid filter doing? So we've got about an equal height braid filter. The stochastic looks like it could cross over on the monthly. We do have a hidden bullish divergence, but the braid filter again is going down. On the weekly, the daily, you got a red braid filter and you got a bearish divergence with it going down on the stochastic. Yeah, this thing's going down. I believe it is going down. On the 6 hour, we do have a cross up, but it's still red on the braid filter. So yeah, that's what I want to look at on the DXY. Looks like we found support on the 200 EMA on the 12. This is also, nope, not on the 12, on the 6, I mean. Found some support there and bounced up. So again, keep your eye. That's also right in line with this trend line here is where the 200 EMA on the 6 hour is. So just pay attention to that on the DXY. I could totally see us getting some relief. And then if it did come down to that, it might come all the way back up to retest maybe the 382 here, which would have some resistance right around 108, or it could come all the way back up to 109 and then get rejected and come down. We'll see. Now, one more chart I want to look at before I go is Bitcoin. Yay, Bitcoin's up almost 10.5% on the day. So we had a bullish divergence come in on the stochastic down here. We're kind of just going sideways right now. On the weekly, we still have a red braid filter, but we do have a nice candle here. So we had a big wick at the bottom at the support, which I'll show you here in a minute. We're breaking above previous resistance, which is fantastic. But I'd like to see the braid filter turn green Probably is on, yep, right there on the daily. So on the daily, we are getting rejected right now. Is that the 100? I forgot, I changed this. So, nope, still the 50. Okay. So on the 50 EMA, we are getting rejected on Bitcoin on the daily. We do have a green braid filter, which is good news, and we've got multiple crossovers on the stochastic. This could very well be a bottom. Also, I believe this is probably going to be a very nice Fibonacci here. Yeah, so we broke below the 786 just for a second, got bought right back up. Now we're above the 0.5. So what I'd like to see for Bitcoin on the daily, now that we've got a green on the braid filter and we've got plenty of room to run down here on the stochastic, I'd like to see it come up, retest this resistance right here at the 236, either dance around there for a bit. Let me draw this out. I'd like to see it get up here, dance around, and then finally make a new all-time high, come back, not all-time high, excuse me, new high, come back, retest that, and then move on to the upside. That's what I'd like to see for Bitcoin, which then would line up perfectly with the 200 daily EMA, which I do think we're going to find some kind of resistance there as well. This red, purple, pink line, whatever this is, magenta, that was our previous support. That was at 28,770. Yeah, I'd like to see that happen. And that's when altcoins and everything else is going to continue to move. So let's delete this. What else did I see? Oh, let me go down to the 4 hour. Just kind of show you what has happened here. So it's pretty good on the 4 hour. We had this support line that we broke through, which was just a fake out. You know, we had this massive drop, just a fake out down here. And now we're getting a push to the upside. We had the crossover on the stochastic. We've got the braid filter. Right now on the 4 hour is going down. But that's because not only were we hitting resistance on the daily, the 50 EMA, but we also just broke above the 200 on the 4 hour. And we just broke above the previous resistance line, which was right here, the white line at 2,800. So yeah, I could see us go sideways here for a minute. And then on the 1 hour, let's see what we're doing. Yeah, so we want to see the 1 hour start to get a higher braid filter move there. Now I could also see the stochastic kind of doing this over here. So we want to see the braid filter on the 1 hour get a higher histogram, whatever that is. I'm going to have to figure that out. And then once we see that, then I'm going to start looking into, yeah, we're going to keep moving to the upside. Anyway, that's what I got. I don't know if anybody's here because it's my second time live stream and don't know how this works. If anybody can help me out here, I have no idea what I'm doing with this live streaming stuff. Hope that helped a little bit. Go ahead and like, subscribe, do all that other good stuff. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude on his computer. So whatever I'm saying, just, yeah, take it for what it's worth. But thanks for watching. Talk to you later.